I did call it. You cannot say I did not call it. All the way back after the Bahrain Grand Prix in my review of the race. And Ricciardo's out because he's lost power. It turns out Red Bull doesn't give you wings, it instead gives you a DNF. You see, I did say it, and 7 retirements later, no one's arguing with that statement, are they? No one's arguing anymore.
You're a wizard.
Scott.
I'm a what?
So now we've established that my word is gospel, and that I'm a wizard. Here are 5 reasons Red Bull are deliberately sabotaging Daniel Ricciardo. So the first one is quite obvious. He's moving to Renault next season. It raised many eyebrows during the summer when Daniel Ricciardo announced he was changing his team for the next season. And this, of course, would give Red Bull a lot of motivation to sabotage his races for the remainder of this season. And that is a claim certainly backed up by the stats. Since the announcement that he is joining Renault next season, Daniel Ricciardo has retired in 57% of races. In that same period, Max Verstappen with the same car has retired in 0% of races. Just going to leave that one there without further comment. Also worth noting that he retired in the 2 races immediately after the announcement. The second reason would be to make Max Verstappen look good. To be fair, Max Verstappen does a decent job of making himself look good, with countless driver of the day performances, some of them more warranted than others, but, you know, he still does very well. But I don't think even the most passionate Verstappen fan could deny that the 70-point gap between the 2 drivers is largely down to the fact that Ricciardo hasn't been able to finish 8 of the races this season. But Red Bull know that people don't really look at that, they just look at the numbers. And his DNFs do make Verstappen look incredibly good. Another extremely important point to make as to why Red Bull would sabotage Daniel Ricciardo is to help out Pierre Gasly. Now, Gasly is obviously set to take Ricciardo's seat from the start of next season, which would give Red Bull prime motivation to improve his performances this season. And if you look at the results from the last race in Mexico, Ricciardo's retirement did mean that Gasly earned 1 point. But it's not just here, it's not just at Mexico where Ricciardo's retirements have directly benefited Gasly. If you add up all the extra points Gasly has got directly from Daniel Ricciardo's retirements, it comes to a massive 4 points. That is more than any other driver on the entire grid. Probably. A fourth reason that they would deliberately sabotage Daniel Ricciardo's car is to get the record for the most DNFs. Obviously, Red Bull aren't going to get the most race wins this season. They're not going to get the Drivers' World title this season. They're not going to get the Constructors' title this season, so they're going to want one record. Why not get the record for the most did-not finishes? And a final reason that they would sabotage his car is quite simply to anger the happiest man in the world. He's such a beaming ray of sunshine on everyone's life. Maybe they just wanted to see if it really was possible to turn Daniel Ricciardo angry. And it turns out you can.
Everything just feels hopeless, so, you know, it's, I honestly don't now, where I am, I honestly don't see the point of coming on Sunday.
To be honest, I think that's probably pushing it. I don't actually believe 5. In fact, I don't believe they were deliberately sabotaging his car, but that won't stop the commenters giving me abuse.